No, nobody ruined your life, as we can see in a clip later shown in this video.
My friends flew me to New York. They felt like they could keep me safe. From this point on, I basically stayed in one room all day without any interaction with the outside world.
And what is all this shit about? She wrote shit on the internet, and the internet came back at her. Coming to a cinema near you this summer. Paranoid Narcissistic Personality Disorder, the movie. Well, I guess Americans just love over-dramatizing things until they look utterly, completely ridiculous.
And the hashtag Cancel Colbert nearly ruined my life.
No, you said something incredibly stupid on the internet, and you are far too childish and immature to face the consequences of your own actions.
Growing up as a Korean American...
What is it with Americans and them insisting on always telling their life stories to everyone?
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it!
Social media and activism, I was able to make a living off of it. So for me, it was really a career.
Well, congratulations. Most people have to actually work for their living.
All the trouble started on March 27th when my boyfriend messages me to tell me that a lot of Asian American activists were really upset about this tweet from the Colbert Report. I'm willing to show the Asian community I care by introducing the Ching Chong Ding Dong Foundation for Sensitivity to Orientals, or whatever. And it was quoting a segment from earlier that night.
The Ching Chong Ding Dong Foundation for Sensitivity to Orientals, or whatever.
It's a joke!
The Colbert Report is very satirical, so I wasn't taking it literally.
Well, actually you said, "This is not reform, this is a revolution."
광명성 3호 2호기 위성 발사 성공.
But when I went online and saw how many Asian Americans were upset about this joke, I decided that I would create this hashtag for the various people that were upset.
Oh, this is fucking great. I did not do it for myself, I did it for the people. I'm a woman of the people. I have no responsibility in this. It was them who inspired me to do this. Well, Suey, in the end, it is you who will have to take responsibility for your own actions. And just to add my own worthless gibberish, you know, with the rising poverty rates, the declining middle class, and the rising income inequality, why should I give a fuck about the feelings of Suey Park?
I didn't actually want the show to be canceled, but I was trying to think of something catchy and over the top to get my point across.
Well, we have already proven that to be wrong.
Everyone was writing about it. Within 24 hours, I was asked to appear on HuffPost Live with Josh Zepp.
Ladies and gentlemen, be prepared for the most amazing part of this farce.
Joining us now is the author of that very same tweet, Suey Park.
Thanks for having me.
Why cancel Colbert?
I think it's really to make a statement that this sort of thing happens weekly, that Asian Americans are always a punchline. And so I think we're just trying to make a point that people will be held accountable the next time they do these sort of things.
Do you understand the point of satire?
Of course I understand satire, I'm a writer. I felt like it was very condescending the way that he was treating me.
It's just a stupid opinion. I mean, it's a misunderstanding of what satire is.
You just called my opinion
stupid.
The gloves came off. I saw that he was being aggressive, and so I bit back. It's incredibly patronizing for you to paint these questions this way, especially as a white man. I don't expect you to be able to understand what people of color are actually saying.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, Suey. In German, we have this wonderful word, Halbwahrheiten, which would translate to half-truths, if I am not mistaken. It is used to describe when people intentionally leave out evidence or facts to support their own agenda. So it's a way of lying, essentially. And it is exactly what you are doing by editing out the following parts of the interview, which showed that you were dead serious and not just making some jokes, and that the interviewer was not condescending.
To clarify the context, the tweet was related to a segment that was lampooning Dan Snyder, who's the owner of a certain Washington, D.C. football team that has a racist name. It was meant to be. It was meant to be satire. I mean, do you understand the point of satire? That you say something that's intentionally absurd in order to ridicule not the people who are the target of what you're saying, but other people who might say it.
I think satire caters to the audience that you're speaking to, so it says something about what the audience finds humorous or acceptable when you're using those sort of jokes, and I think satire is supposed to punch up. So unfortunately, he's not doing that when he draws a parallel to Orientalism to make a point about Native American mascots.
But isn't his point that there are lots of stupid racist people who, even in their attempt to be conciliatory on race, end up putting their foot in it and saying something dumb?
I really don't think that we're going to end racism by joking about it. Like, I'm glad that the white liberals feel like they are less racist because they can joke about people that are more explicitly racist, but that actually does nothing to help people of color. So for them, it's not really about whether or not the Redskins exist or whether or not racism is over. It's really about them feeling like they can't have fun anymore and feeling entitled to be able to laugh at things that aren't really funny.
Jason, part of the whole gag here is the use of the term Orientalism, which is such a weird, old, loaded, like it's a stupid word. But to get upset about the use of that word when it's in a satirical context strikes me as misguided. I want to take a look though at a tweet which Colbert Report has tweeted out. It says, for the record, Colbert Report is not.
As a white man, you don't.
Hang on, Suey. I'll come to you in just a sec. For the record, Colbert Report is not controlled by Stephen Colbert or his show. He is at Stephen at Home. Sorry for the confusion. Colbert himself has responded to some of the criticism on Twitter. Hashtag cancel Colbert. I agree. Just saw at Colbert Report tweet. I share your rage. Who is that though? I'm Stephen at Home. Suey, you were just going to jump in.
Yeah, I was going to say that I feel like it's incredibly patronizing for you to paint these questions this way, especially as a white man. I don't expect you to be able to understand what people of color are actually saying with regards to cancel Colbert. He has a history of making jokes.
Suey, being a white man doesn't prevent me from being able to think and doesn't prevent me from being able to have reasoned perspectives on things. I didn't give up my right to be able to have an intellectual conversation when I was born.
I know, but well, white men definitely feel like they're entitled to talk over me. They definitely feel like they're entitled to kind of minimalize my experiences, and they definitely feel like they are somehow exempt and so logical compared to women who are painted as emotional, right?
No one's minimalizing your experiences. No one's minimalizing your right to have an opinion. It's just a stupid opinion. I mean, it's a misunderstanding of what satire is.
You just called my opinion
stupid.
After the show, my words were taken out of context.
You fucking edit together the interview you gave to edit out the parts which reveal your stupidity, and then you accuse others of taking you out of context?
Gotcha, bitch!
Do you ever stop lying? How are we supposed to take anything you say after this serious?
I was misquoted as saying white men don't have the right to have an opinion.
Yeah.
I know, but well, white men definitely feel like they're entitled to talk over me. They definitely feel like they're entitled to kind of minimalize my experiences, and they definitely feel like they are somehow exempt and so logical compared to women who are painted as emotional, right? That's not what I meant, and it's not what I said.
And it is really weird how you think that this is supposed to be it. You don't clarify your positions in any way. You don't try to explain to us what you actually meant, but instead you go on to this.
These words were spread around the internet, and so when people would see this quote from me, they became more and more angry. The backlash against me really snowballed and got out of hand. There was really an organized effort to harass me in particular.
The big conspiracy against Suey Park, the world united nefariously against you. From Fox to Twitter, everyone hates you and has united in a conspiracy against you. No, Suey, you intentionally avoid confronting your critics. Instead, you go on to pick out specific tweets that were sent at you with specific threats, rather than actually confronting the criticism of your opinion.
At the same time, something else was happening that seemed to me even more hurtful. A lot of my close friends actually deleted their whole account. A lot of people who were using the hashtag #CancelColbert started deleting their tweets.
Well, you didn't stand up to defend your positions, so I guess people on their own figured out that it was bullshit.
My boyfriend, who originally thought that Cancel Colbert was a great idea, actually ended up breaking up with me. That was probably the hardest part. Just such complete and utter betrayal.
I really, 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 really love this part.
Such complete and utter betrayal. Such complete and utter betrayal. Such complete and utter betrayal.
It just shows more than anything else what a narcissist you are.
It didn't seem like anything could get any worse, but it did. I was in bed and I was trying to fall asleep when a colleague of mine reached out to me and said that there's a group of people on Reddit that are currently doxing you.
Doxing is bullshit. Yeah, fuck the people who doxed you. But here's the thing, Suey. Doxing is regarded to be heinous behavior by the vast majority of all online communities. I have yet to see someone celebrate a doxer or a doxer to be celebrated in an online community. And something more, you people are the worst doxers there are. You just fucking dox everyone who disagrees with you. So I sincerely hope that you at least learned one thing, one lesson out of this experience, and that is Kant's golden rule.
I started getting mail that was really disturbing. I got this one message on my phone. It was untraceable, and it said, I am an ex-military sniper. You've really done it this time. Prepare to die.
Why are you giggling whilst quoting that?
Prepare to die.
I am just going to put it bluntly. Because of your previous behavior, your accusations have absolutely no credibility. You list all these things that supposedly happened to you, claiming that you were stalked even when leaving the city and going to a completely new environment. Don't forget, you actually claimed that people were trying to kill you and that people hacked your finances. Those are serious criminal offenses. Stalking is also a criminal offense. So I don't believe you when you claim,
The police really weren't any help at this point.
I call bullshit. You are either lying or the police dismissed you because your claims were baseless and not worth their time or effort. You lost an argument on the internet. You didn't actually even have an argument because you refused to debate your stupid ideas. And there is a part of me that thinks that you intentionally attacked Colbert for the backlash so you can play the professional victim.